fear and anxiety were their mortal enemies, and they refused the course God had set for them. Then, when God told them the consequences of their fear and anxiety and unbelief, they stubbornly decided to try an invasion on their own, though God now forbid it. But their efforts turned into a rout because God wasn't with them. We'll stop right there for a quick second. Couple of things in this little paragraph here. Um, it tells them how their journey was difficult, but they managed their journey. Um, there are a lot of us who have had some difficult journey. And the difference between the Christian and the follower of Christ is that when your journey got difficult, you stayed with God. A lot of people don't give it a chance. When their journey gets difficult, what's the old saying? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. Well, sometimes the people in the situations they run from it. When things get tough, they run from it. A lot of times we run back to what we know is familiar, what's comfortable, what's feel right for us. You know, that thing that makes us feel all right. You know, instead of totally relying on Jesus, we have these comfort things. You know, like like a baby has a blanket. You know, it's their comfort item, or a stuffed animal. It is their comfort item. We know as parents when something's wrong with them, what it is that they need. Give them the stuffed animal. It brings some kind of comfort to them, or you hold them and it brings some kind of comfort to them. I have a young lady at my work who has a Mickey Mouse. One day I'm gonna check and see if she got a camera in. I'm kidding. But sometimes she will get this Mickey Mouse. Now, it's a full adult person. She will get this Mickey Mouse and she will hold it as like an anxiety thing, you know. And so there are things that are in our comfort zone, and they could be anything. I mean, they could be everything. You know, it could be from drinking, smoking, gambling, whatever. Like I said, blankets, stuffed animals, whatever it is. It's huh? Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. You do. That's right. You go to churches, you go to the grocery stores. That's right. You have pets all in there, and they are service animals for all that kind of stuff. You're absolutely right, Deke. And so people lean on the wrong things, you know. And a lot of times God will give us this test to see where we are in our Christian walk. Where are you going to lean on? You know, and I can testify to myself that sometimes it's easier to lean on the stuff that make me feel comfortable than the stuff that God has put me through that's hard, but He's with me. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, we fall back into our old ways, and so it says their times had been difficult, but they had managed it, and that's a strong thing. Sometimes you gotta keep on that old story about the pastor driving in the rain, and all these cars are pulled on side because the rain is so hard, and he like, well, these cars over here pulled over, maybe I should pull over, but he kept trudging on, and when he got a little further, the rain got lighter, and he continued on his journey. Well, these people were still stuck back here in the midst of this hard rain, and so sometimes it's hard, but we got to keep pushing on. Then, and jump in, y'all, if you got something. Then, a little bit lower, he says, they became paralyzed with fear and took matters into their own hands. And we do know the story about Jacob and his fear and how it took a hold on him. We this is another thing that we do. Um, uh, Fear begins to affect our thinking and our actions. Uh, Instead of just holding on or holding out and waiting, fear makes us make irrational decisions, and so we do things on our own. Sometimes um, this fear causes us to get in more problems than it's worth. I was watching the show, and a young lady went to the supervisor uh, with an issue, trying to cut off the other people from telling on her, but she kind of told on herself, and it just made the supervising person, watch her more closely. And then the supervising person, seeing that what she was saying wasn't really true, she kind of told on herself and brought a more watchful eye on herself. And so fear sometimes puts us in the wrong state. Sometimes it puts us in the wrong state of mind. It takes our mind off God. We start worried about self. How am I going to shield myself? Not how is God going to shield me from it? How am I myself going to shield me from it? And so fear does that to me. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. That's right. When he was walking, what did Jesus say when he started to sing? Ye of little faith. And so, we have to trust. Isaiah. That's right. Fear and fail. That's right. You're absolutely right, D. Isaiah 44:8 says, fear not, neither be afraid. Have not I told thee from that time? Have I declared it? You are even my witnesses. Is there a God beside me? Yea, there is no God, I know not. So even in the times God had told him, and he continues to tell us today, to fear not, because there is no one like him. There is no one like him. Any comments that you guys see from that short little passage there before we read a little bit further?
Yeah, Pastor. You sort of touched on a lot of that last paragraph of the last section that we read, and talks about fear. If you would put fear in a I can't even speak, but if you take that word and you just put a big circle on it, and along beside that word, you put the devil. That's what fear is all about, that type of fear. It's nothing but the devil distracting you from really going into the thought and let your spirit guide your circumstances. Fear comes up in our health issues. Fear comes up in our bills. Fear comes up in our money. So when you start worrying about things, then you don't trust. The Bible talks about trust. If fear takes over, you're right. You don't have clear thinking. You're making irrational decisions. Things are opposite, and you lose your train of thought. So fear, in this case, and anxiety is a bad thing for us to have. Now, as we read the scriptures, it's sad that we still come across fear. And if we understand that the trials and the tribulations that we're going through, I don't care what circumstances that we're going through, whether it be a health issue, money issue, bills, or whatever, etc. If you trust God and believe that God is going to be, he's right there with you as you're going through any circumstances, and you trust him and you put it in his hand, and you don't